are the top 10 upcoming PC games in 2021. Hey Pushpins, welcome to our channel once again. As we all know, the year is about to end and there are a lot of things to look forward to after we've all experienced a long, tough year. As gamers, one thing that will always excite you at the end of the year is what's to expect from developers in the coming year. So to save you the stress of finding, and also to whet your appetite, I take you through the 10 upcoming PC games in 2021. You don't want to miss this, and guess what? Most of these games are also designed to fit into the next generation of console gaming.
Do you want to win any of the items you see on your screen? All you have to do is watch the whole video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. Good luck!
Number 10, Outlaws and Legends.
We are the forest shadows, ghosts, running silently between the straight, cold lines of a corrupt state.
Coming to the next generation console is this great game, which is an intriguing multiplayer heist game in a medieval setting. The backstory is a retelling of the legend of Robin Hood, where players will have a gang of 4. Your job is to break into government strongholds and steal treasures. It's going to be a PvPvE game, that is, players fight with rival players and also tackle computer-controlled enemies. As a player, you'll have to work with your gang members, who are players too, to fight off the opposing side that will try to steal treasures before you get to them, and at the same time, you'll have to avoid the guards. The developers are attempting to make it as realistic as possible, as every action or interaction will have consequences. It's expected to be released sometime in 2021. Number 9, EVERSPACE 2. EVERSPACE 2 is coming to give you a new experience of the EVERSPACE timeline. The second installment will have you play as a wanted clone pilot, learning life lessons from your many companions. It is coming with an emotionally charged sci-fi RPG story with main and side missions. It's coming as an extremely open-world game that gives you the freedom to explore, trade, and craft as you wish. It is said to feature a deep space world with beautifully refined, tunable controls, and a comic-style flashbacks, 3D cutscenes, and fast-paced space battles. The coolest part is that whatever scenario you find yourself in, this game or whatever playstyle you love, there will always be a module, skill, or weapon to help you with just that. Number 8, KERBAL Space Program 2. From what we've gathered, the KERBAL Space Program 2 will have the offline multiplayer feature. It is however not going to be much different from its predecessor, but easier to play, and with a whole new, more friendly interface. With these, you get to do all the previous things you've always done, but better. All the flying of rockets, getting them in orbit, successfully landing them on the moon, building space stations, planetary colonies, and leaving the solar system as a whole. Number 7, Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Arguably, the Masquerade Bloodlines original is one of the best RPGs of all time. And after over 17 years of the release of the original, a second installment is coming with a big bang. You don't want to miss out on this new masterpiece from Hardsuit Labs. For those that didn't play the original, this game is packed with vampires, dark alleys, and a lot of characters. This game will keep you on your toes for hours. The backstory is such that you, as the player, were born during an act of revolution by vampires. Your birth triggers a war for Seattle's blood trade. To know what happened, you have to enter uneasy alliances with powers that control the city. Hardsuit Labs has been dropping teasers all the time just to whet our appetite for this upcoming game. It should be out sometime in 2021. Number 6, ICARUS. If you've ever played DayZ, then you should know that this is going to be another masterpiece because it is being developed by Dean Hall and RocketWorks, the same guy that made DayZ. ICARUS is a multiplayer co-op survival game, coming with several cool features. The latest trailer shows a bit with the chopping of trees, shooting bows, and building fortresses on an almost empty alien planet. Not much is known yet, but this new survival game is going to be different in that it has a ticking clock that will keep you on your feet while playing. Number 5, Shadow Warrior 3. According to the developer, Paweł Kowalski, this is Shadow Warrior 3 and is coming with a lot of upgrades and more backstory. Like the previous installments, it's going to be a first-person shooter game with the main protagonist being Lo Wang. Lo Wang, that is you, the player, will be given a ton of weapons ranging from different firearms to a katana for close-range combat. The new installment will feature upgrades, like a more linear and more streamlined system compared to the previous ones. The backstory is such that Lo Wang and his sidekick, Orochizilla, are on a mission to defeat an ancient dragon they mistakenly awakened. It is set in neo-feudal Japan. This game was announced in July 2020 and is expected to be out in 2021. Number 4. Little Nightmares 2. Announced last year by the developers Tarsier Studios at Gamescom online event, this is going to be a sequel to the original Little Nightmares game. It is set to be released on February 11th, 2021. Little was known about what to expect in this game until the Gamescom 2020 online event. For newbies, this game is an interesting mixture of adventure platformers, puzzles, and horror genre video games. This new installment will have a new arena and feature two main characters, Mono and Six. In the trailer, we see new enemies that are even scarier than the ones in its predecessor. Scariest been the school teacher, whose head creaks when she turns. Other includes the Addams Family style hand that wanders across the floor towards players, and the headless body that wriggles towards Mono and Six. The developers have mixed tension and horror to make your heart race. I can't wait to play this game. Number 3. Humankind.
Well, back to gathering. We switched from a cold to a cool place to settle, and I found the perfect spot for my...
Developed by Amplitude Studios, this is a 4 times kind of game similar to the Civilization series. Your job as a player is reshaping humanity from the Neolithic era and modifying until you get to the New Age or modern day era. You will direct civilization through 6 major eras of human civilization by developing cities, controlling the military, and more. It's not going to be just that alone, as there will be some sort of combat and discoveries that will help you with your missions. It is going to be published by Sega and is expected to drop sometime in 2021. Number 2. Psychonauts 2.
Probably been a long time since you've had a visitor.
This sequel should have been launched a couple of years back, but it was impossible to do so due to lack of funds. Through various means like crowdfunding and some investment drive, the developers were able to raise about $4 million to kickstart its development. The second installment will be a third-person platform game, and the events of the original and also the events from the recently released Psychonauts in the Rhombus Ruin, which was a VR title. As the player, you are to control Raz, a fresh graduate of Psychonaut with extremely powerful psychic abilities. You get to read the minds of NPCs and use the psi powers for telekinesis, pyrokinesis, and levitation. It promises to be a great game. Number 1. Resident Evil Village.
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her father, who was hard at work.
This is another 2021 upcoming survival horror game. It's going to be the 10th installment in the Resident Evil franchise. It's not a remake of any previous installment, but rather a new chapter entry. The goal is to move on to normalcy after the events of Resident Evil 7. The backstory takes us a few years after the events of Resident Evil 7. Now Ethan is settled and nearly all is back to normal. But Chris Redfield comes around and shortens the lifespan of this normalcy by disrupting Ethan's life. Now Ethan is forced to look from him at a desolate village to find out the problem. Not much is known yet, but we have gathered that it's going to be a first-person game with gameplay mechanics similar to that of its predecessor. Here are some honorary mentions that could be worth your time. Rainbow Six Quarantine, Tunic, Godfall, Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course, Biomutant, Immortals, FENYX Rising, New World, System Shock 3, Starfield, The Elder Scrolls 6, Deathloop, Weird West, Evil Genius 2. So that's a wrap on the best upcoming PC games in 2021. Please let me know what you think about this list in the comment section. And before you leave, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications to get notified when we post new videos. And also, support us by sharing this video to your friends. Till next time, stay safe and be cool.